Sunny Side Up is all about mixing the right ingredients to a perfection. Just like our conversations, sometimes they're going to make you feel happy and sometimes they're going to make you feel emotional.
Hi, Hauterfly.
Were you excited for the interview today?
I'm very excited.
Even though you hail from Kolkata, what is the difference between the two cities?
Bombay is so faster. It's beautiful. Every time I see this thing, it's a heart connection.
You want to go inside?
Oh yes.
Excited?
Yes.
Let's go ahead. Go.
Yes.
You want
Point
some
the camera
coffee?
that way. She says, now come back. Coffee? Are you sure? No, I don't want any.
Action!
Transgendered, beauty queen, fitness enthusiast, the epitome of beauty and grace. Someone that's broken barriers and told the whole world that they should stand up and be exactly who they are. Today, I am talking to the none other than beautiful Nitasha Biswas. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
You look gorgeous.
Thank you so much.
I'm gonna have to steal your lip shade later.
Okay.
Bartender, what's your name? Zimi. Thank you, Zimi. Well, let's cheers to you. We at Hauterfly believe that love has no gender. How has love treated you?
Yes, love has no gender because I think you can love yourself, you can love your partner, you can love your mother, you can love your father, your friend. So every love has its own essence, you know. So I think love is something that can only unite everyone.
And I do personally believe in this line that love has no gender. Let's talk about maybe one of the funniest questions or the weirdest question that's ever been asked of you.
Of course, I've faced a lot of weird questions, and one of them would be like, you know, is your breast implants? I'm like, that's not a question to ask on the first date. And I'm like, no,
That's
they
a
look.
first date question?
Yeah. And they're like, oh, it looks so good. I'm like, what the hell are you asking
like,
me?
thank
So it's like really weird, you know.
They have this sense that they can just ask anything because you are so comfortable with yourself.
Absolutely.
And you're so comfortable with your
Absolutely.
sexuality and who you are and how you dress and how you act that it invites this like
Exactly.
weird freeness for somebody to
Absolutely.
ask questions that are unacceptable. First of all, congratulations on
Thank you
being
so
Miss
much.
Trans Queen
Thank
India 2017. When did you decide you wanted to be a woman?
Well, I think very interesting question I've been answering everywhere. So I always wanted to be a woman. So, you know,
At what age? When?
I think I remember dressing with my mom's saris when I was very young. It all matters over here is like, it's a feeling, you know. Transition is something like, it's a feeling. It's not a disorder. So, you know, for me it was very young when I was in class 8, I guess. I got to know that. I was always like into myself, and I looked after more of myself, and usually people judge you for doing something, not being in the regular stream. So I didn't have too many friends, and I remember going back to my home one day, and I was Googling different transgender models. And
At 8 years old?
yeah. No, near about 10, about
Okay.
10 or 11. 8 years old, I understood about myself. 10 years old, I could realize that I need to research how to change myself. So I used the internet. And Caroline Cossey is one of the transgender Bond girls of those times. So I used to follow her journey a lot. She has been an inspiration to me.
Wow, that's amazing that at such a young age you know exactly who you are, you know exactly what you feel and what you look. I get goosebumps. I think it's amazing that you know that at such a young age you are able to maybe the word at 8 years old you did not know,
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
you understood who you
I understood my feeling that I had to transform. This is not me. So I remember my brother, my elder brother, gave me a porn CD and said, Natasha, my name was Shivanko that time. He said, you should see these and understand your sexuality. So he had a doubt that maybe I was gay or not interested in women. So I told him that time that I showed him Caroline Corsi, that this is the woman I want to be, Miriam Rivera. So he said he should be learning this, and I told him this is what I want to be, and the world should be more free place for everyone.
I think that's unbelievable that all that process is at such a young age.
I know.
And how families and parents
Oh,
suppress
yes.
that.
Yeah, I think family is one of the important parts. Being an Indian transgender woman, mostly you get rejections from family first, then comes the society. So when you have your family as a strong support, I think that matters more.
Did your family support you?
Initially, no. Initially, my father was like, "What is this? How can you transition and everything? You cannot go under the knives. You will die." Because I lost my mother when I was very young. And that's where I flew to Delhi to start a new life, and I transitioned.
So you just had voice surgery.
Yes. So yeah, I went for a pageant in Australia. It was just very recently, and so I met this Philippines transgender woman. So she was very beautiful. I told her that, "What did you do to your voice?" So she took me to the doctor, and I got a voice surgery done. So it's still healing. It's getting better, and eventually I can sing.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then, was it an amazing feeling, a weird feeling when the
It
first
was-
time you said
I
something?
didn't speak for 3 weeks. I was not allowed to whisper, I was not allowed to drink, not to eat, nothing. So I was on saline, and it was quite hectic.
And then the first time you heard your voice, what did you feel?
I think I felt really good because I had a different voice earlier, so people are judgmental on everything, you know. So a lot of people think that my voice previously was better, but I think voice is an important factor in being a woman as well. So for me, it's like one package comes together.
Was that the last thing that was
Yeah,
left?
almost, yes.
Is there anything left to do?
I did think of doing my face surgery, but I don't think so I want to do it.
You're beautiful.
Thanks.
I mean, that choice is all yours, but
Yeah.
you know, from what I'm seeing, and I think what the rest of the world sees, you're a gorgeous woman.
Thank
I can't
you.
believe that was like, that's the last step. Was it? Oh, I got goosebumps
Yeah.
again.
Yes, I know. It's like the final nail in the coffin. It's ready, almost.
I know. That must be so liberating for you.
Yeah, it's very tough. It's a journey where I think you kind of express yourself every day. Each day, it's like you are told to wear a man's clothes for tomorrow, and you are just not comfortable.
Right.
That is the life I was living. So I had to transform
so
from there
long.
to there. Yeah.
So how long did you have to do like hormonal therapy,
So
or does that
I-
continue for the rest of your life?
So I went to my psychologist. There is a process to how you go through this, and the psychologist helps you to counsel you that the person is to know my soul, who am I, what I want to be, and why I want to be. Because transition is something. It's not an easy process. It's a lot to do with your mind, with yourself, and it's quite tough.
It's retraining your
Very.
entire world. Now, if we all saw a therapist and a psychologist
Yeah,
to figure
yeah,
out
yeah.
who we are, this would be
know.
the most amazing place
Absolutely.
ever.
I think, I want to say this, that people think, people don't talk about certain things like mental disorders, transgendered women. See, this is the reality. If human is born, these are a part of it. If a family has someone who's mentally not well, people are scared to say that outside.
Yes.
I just don't understand why. For me, going to a psychologist is just like a friend. I share my life without stopping. So I think it's like more of a friend, and you share everything, and that everybody should go at one point.
Mental disorders are not considered a disease or not considered a problem because we don't see it.
Exactly.
If you can't see it,
Absolutely.
then it doesn't exist.
I know people talk about cancer, AIDS, this is also part of it, and people should know.
Okay, so since you were not born with the name Natasha,
Yes.
how did you choose Natasha?
I had this very dear friend of mine who never wanted to come out as a transgender woman. So she saw me when I was a boy. So she told me, since you're from Kolkata, and Kolkata girls have beautiful eyes, as they say, so your name is Natasha, and Natasha means beautiful eyes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that is how I adopted the name. So people popularly call me Tasha, Tash, Nits. It's Natasha.
I like Natasha. I want to know, I'm sorry, this is a very cheesy question I'm going to ask you. What is the sunniest thing in your life? What brings you joy?
Each time when I wake up in the morning, I go in front of the mirror. Every day I do that. And when I see myself, I feel containment. And that containment gives you pleasure, joy, everything of the world. Money cannot buy that for me.
I love it. See, I get emotional when I hear stuff like this because I think it's the most. We meet so many people who are so uncomfortable with themselves, their bodies, who they are, how they act. They're worried about this and that. And then you meet someone who wakes up in the morning, looks at themselves and says, I love my life, I am who I am, and this is what I'm going to be.
Exactly.
I could talk to you for hours and hours. I swear I could. So many things I want to ask you about, but we've run out of time.
No worries.
And all right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
We're going to walk out together.
Okay.
Here we go.